Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great day. I have actually been at it since 6 o'clock this morning at the Red Brick House. Today is inspection day. I've got 3 inspections. We're supposed to be the first ones in the early afternoon. So we'll see how the plumbing, the electrical, and the HVAC go. Let's hope they go well. Anyway, I'm headed to the dump. No, not to Redskins training, Commanders training camp or FedEx Field. You guys are so funny. No, I'm actually headed to the real dump. A nice clean place as opposed to FedEx Field. One thing that's kind of funny is, I don't know. Now the players today are bigger, stronger, faster, but I don't know, man. Eric Bieniemy is kind of like an old school coach. He's going to get into your face. He's going to tell you about yourself. And so you've got some Commanders Commanders players that are saying, he's abrasive, he's mean, Yeah, he's yelling at your ass because you ain't done shit in forever. I don't know that players today could take a Jimmy Johnson. When the kicker was, asthmatic, take your asthmatic ass over on that other field and then cut him. Yeah. I remember back in my day, Coach Joe Przicki, one of the guys, fell asleep in a film session, and he was like, I'm going to throw this mother projector at your ass if you fall asleep again. Yeah, so the Commanders and stuff were, they're a little soft. But I loved actually hearing Eric Bieniemy's response, and he said, basically, it's nothing personal. He said, I'm getting on you so that way you'll be a better player. And we're in the grown man's business. Ooh. So I think what he was saying, if you read between the lines, stop being a soft-ass biatch. I think that's what he was saying. Stop being a soft-ass biatch. And that's one of the reasons why some people said, no, we don't know about having him for head coach because he's mean. Yeah, but you know what? Players take on the mentality of their coach. I look at Dan Quinn, energetic, bouncing all over the field, passionate. You can look at our defense and say, that's our defense. That is exactly our defense, without a doubt. With Kellen Moore, I don't know that we had an identity. Do you know what the identity of the Cowboys was last year? I don't. We did a lot of things good, but we didn't do anything great. You couldn't look and say, that's the running team, or that's the passing team, that's a ball control offense, or that's the deep pass, guys. I don't know. And I can't honestly say, I don't know what Kellen Moore's identity is. I don't know. Be that as it may, Dan Graziano says that basically you can book Dak Prescott getting an extension. There's no concrete reason not to. Oh, here we go. Here come the trolls. Here come the trolls. Now, when I say things, people get offended, and it's saying, oh, you're just trying to prop up your garbage-ass quarterback by denigrating other guys. It's like, no. First of all, I never say anything that isn't true about other quarterbacks. I don't. You're just too close-minded and too much of an ass to actually listen to the message. So, I know you hear the Joy Taylor saying, I don't know if he's going to be there a year or two from now. Okay, well, the reality is you don't know that anybody's going to be there a year or two from now, because I would have sworn that Bo Jackson would have been running for at least 10 years. Something happened and he didn't make it. Hip injury. Be that as it may, You're talking about a guy who's got a 61-36 record in the NFL. Talking about a guy who is 26-6 in his division. You're talking about a guy who, in the 7 years that he has been in the NFL, we've been to the playoffs 4 of the times. And we've only won 2 games. But for those out there, and this is where I know I'm going to get some flack. I know I'm going to get some flack because I'm going to say something about Tony Romo. So Tony Romo was in the NFL for 13 years. 13 years. Do you know how many times the Cowboys went to the playoffs in his 13 years? Four. So, looking through all of the history since our Super Bowls, I want to say after the Super Bowl, we went to the playoffs with Troy Aikman another 3 times, maybe, or 2, maybe 2 times. I want to say everybody after Troy Aikman until Romo, nada. I know we didn't go in Chan Gailey's time. I'm sorry, we didn't Chan Gailey's, not Chan Gailey's. Curly white hair guy. We were 5-11, 5-11, 5-11. That guy. I know we didn't go to playoffs there with any of the stiffs that we had when we were literally going through the Ryan Leafs and the Clint Stoners and the Drew Breeses and all the Anthony Wrights and Quincy Carters and stuff. I know none of them went to the playoffs 4 times. So let me make sure I get this straight. We've been ass since the 90s. We've gone to the playoffs 4 of the last 7 years. 4 of the last 7 years. In the other 21 or 22 years, I think we went 4, 5, maybe 6 times. So let me get this straight. The best thing that we've had going, 2 12-5 records back to back. The best thing we've had going, you want to get rid of that, right? Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's what's kind of cool. Cowboys re-signed Malik Hooker, right? I don't know what his cap hit was before. I think it was still that 4.7. His cap number this year is 4.7. Not bad. His cap hit next year is $4 million. Cap hit after that, I think, is 9, I want to say. But that is actually a non-guaranteed year, so you could actually cut him and be okay. And because Dak has this season to work with, and next season, you could put an extension on there that will reduce his number this year as well as next year, so that way you can get more players. Now, I know a lot of people say, just draft another guy, let him sit behind Tony Romo. Okay. Sit behind Dak Prescott. Okay. If you're talking about drafting a guy in the first round to sit, you don't do that. You got to play him. And if you're talking about taking that draft capital and putting in a spot where you have somebody who is playing well, one of the top ones in the NFL, there's no guarantee that drafting another guy is going to work. And figuring with the team that we have this year, that you're going to be in the bottom half of the draft, which means that you need to mortgage the future to move up to try and get one of those guys. So Dan Graziano is correct. There is no concrete reason not to extend it. You don't want to take the $59 million cap hit next year. The funniest thing is how we had the same discussion last year. Last year, they're like, oh, yeah, Dak Prescott, he's got a $49 million cap hit next year. Oh, man, the Cowboys, they're screwed. Oh, the Cowboys. We literally had that conversation. We literally had the same one we're having now. And guess what? His cap number's not 49. It's 26. All right, good people. I hope you all are having a great day, and I hope that this inspections go well. I'm going to get up the road, take my brother back, and be back here tomorrow. So I can't wait. Peace.